Welcome to Northwest Profiles, a look at people, places, and events of interest in the inland Northwest.
Art. It comes in many shapes and forms, from the sublime to the mediocre. While events like this benefit auction serve a purpose of raising money for a good cause, they also provide a perfect stage for many local artists to show and share their work. Work that in every case is a one-of-a-kind creation meant to elicit a response. Spokane artist Dennis Joern, one of the multitude of creators in this crowd, has painstakingly for the last 25 years been steadily churning out his brand of artwork. Artwork that takes a steady hand, a flowing imagination, and an inordinate amount of time.
I call the artwork that I do surrealistic fantasy artwork. I basically deal with drawing wizards and putting them in life situations. What makes my drawings unique is nobody else does them. They're totally mine. It's all learned and out of my own mind, or out of my mind. A lot of people think I'm out of my mind. When I first started these, I was just getting out of college. My favorite class was art history, so I just soaked everything up. But I always leaned more towards the drawings or etchings or the basic things. You know, I went to college for more graphic design than fine arts. It was somewhat frowned upon, my caricatures and whatnot. Torn between the two, fine art and graphic art was a real battle at times.
Working in a basic pen and ink world, Dennis, armed with a rapidograph 4-aught pen and rag paper, lays down a multitude of small dots and lines, weaving and cross-hatching them to illustrate edging for light, shadow, and texture. When viewed from a distance, ink and empty space merge to form images that seem to jump to life.
It's very difficult depicting an image in black and white rather than color. There's a lot of form and feeling to it. The shapes and faces and arms and legs and everything are basically come out of me from studying. The shape and form is what makes things work and look real. If it's too flat, it just doesn't work right, and it's a real time-consuming thing, and took a lot of years to get that down right.
The underlying statements in much of Dennis's work provide a glimpse into his mind, a snapshot of time, of characters and events that have a personal meaning to the artist.
I have one drawing called Blues for Afghanistan, which is a very large piece. It's a full 22 by 30 inch sheet of paper. And I started drawing that when the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan 20 years ago. And that was a political statement of invading a sovereign country by a dictatorship at the time. The drawing I did for the auction was called Last of the Sunshine Days. That drawing took approximately 200 to 300 hours, maybe at least 300 because it's somewhat dark. It's a story of the environment and environmental issues and thinking that trees are alive, so when they die they become skeletons like people, and I have a living one in there screaming, and then there's some dead skulls in the back that people have moved into for their homes, and that's kind of one of those little twists that I do.
By mixing up a vivid imagination and a steady hand, Dennis Jurn uses these skills to turn an idea into a statement and a quality piece of art, one that can last a lifetime.
As far as my drawings, it's a lot of fun to do them. It's just a kick in the pants to actually finish something and show it to somebody and have their mouth drop open. And a lot of people do get the thought that it must have just took forever when they get right down and look at it and see all the little lines and dots and and all the little weird little things in there wherever they came from.
If you have a story idea for Northwest Profiles, send it to KSPS TV, 3911 South Regal, Spokane, Washington, 99223. Northwest Profiles is a presentation of KSPS Public Television.